Today I will give you multiple reasons on why you should take vitamins. Were you one of those kids who took the Flintstone gummy vitamins? I sure was. We grew up and we stopped taking those, sadly. They were good, but now I take ones that benefit my body now. Vitamins give our body the little extra push it needs to stay healthy. As you may have noticed, I've made all my speeches about the health of our bodies. Taking the right vitamins is another way to support our bodies. Some of you may be thinking, why should I even bother to take vitamins? Well, your body needs to be healthy and happy, and taking vitamins is an easy way to accomplish this. In PA, we lack the availability of sunshine. This causes people to have a deficiency in vitamin D, which is a fat-soluble vitamin. There's a quote from Morton A. from 2011. Why bother to take vitamins? Firstly, because at the time of diagnosis of CF, which is cystic fibrosis, there is a clear biochemical evidence of a vitamin A deficiency in up to 60% of infants and vitamin D and E deficiency in up to 37 and 38%. Now, I'm not saying everyone's deficient in these specific vitamins, but especially for us personally who live in Pennsylvania, we'd be more at risk than someone who lives in Florida who gets to see the sunshine all year round. There are many different types of vitamins out there, and it can be overwhelming to know which one is best to take. Not all of them are going to benefit you specifically. You need to do your research and see what your body needs and what it doesn't need, and go from there to see what vitamins you should be consuming. There's history and science behind the evolution of vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins, which is A, E, D, and K, are essential to our daily needs. There's another quote from Luque Garcia, J.O., and Castro, M.D. During the first third of the 20th century, a major focus on research in physiological chemistry was the identification of vitamins, compounds that are essential to the health of humans. There are two types, like I mentioned, fat-soluble and water-soluble. Fat-soluble are the ones you have to watch how much you consume, because if you consume too much of it, it can hurt your body rather than just helping it. Water-soluble, on the other hand, are, I don't want to say just eat as much as you want, but if you do consume too much, it's not going to negatively affect you. Get tested to see what you personally are deficient in and take that vitamin. There's no need to take something when you're already getting some of the vitamins through the food you eat, so you have to do your research to see what foods you consume on a daily basis and how much vitamins are you getting through the food, and then the vitamin to pick up the lack that you're not getting through the food. Now that you know some scientific reasons on the need for vitamins, let me talk about certain vitamins that should be in your diet. We all know vitamin D. We get it through UV rays from the sun. But a lot of people are deficient, especially in areas where winter months last a while. Here. There's a quote from Vitamin D, A Millennium Perspective. Humans were not confronted with vitamin D deficiency until the Industrial Revolution began. Another quote from them is, children who lived in sunless, narrow alleyways developed severe growth retardation, widening of the ends of long bones, and bowing and bending of legs, clinical signs of severe rickets. Children were not getting the nutrition they need, and so their bones and the rest of their body were affected by it, and so they couldn't grow and be strong because they were lacking all these vitamins. So scientists were like, we should do some research and find out why this is all happening. Women, on the other hand, they weren't getting the nutrition they need too, and so they would get pregnant and they would try to birth the babies, but their pelvic floor was not strong enough, and so then Murdoch Cameron was the first to perform a cesarean section to deliver babies in women who could not deliver naturally. Drinking milk and exposure to sunlight are ways to naturally consume vitamin D. Vitamin D is an important fat-soluble vitamin, as we know, but water-solubles are just as important too. A quote from The Bioaccessibility of Water-Soluble Vitamins, a review. Water-soluble vitamins are indispensable inorganic molecules for growth, development, body function. This is important for our metabolism as well. Another quote from them is, although it is thought that the inadequate and balanced diet, rich in nutritious foods, fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy. They can provide the necessary amount. Vitamin loses during this process because we cook. We cook our meat, sometimes we cook our vegetables, and the vitamins escape through it during the cooking process. So we're not soaking up all the nutrition that we should be consuming. And this is where we should be taking an extra soluble vitamin to gain back that nutrition we lost. Vitamin C, thiamine, and folate are the most unstable and prone to degradation among the water-soluble vitamins. I keep telling you about the importance for vitamins, but what exactly is the result? Well, by taking the right vitamins, it could prolong health and aging. A quote from Prolonging Health Aging, Longevity Vitamins and Proteins, insufficient to elite overt symptoms of severe deficiency might contribute significantly to the aging process and the disease of aging. There's this TRAG theory, and basically the whole point of it is if we take the right vitamins that our body needs, we could not age as much, is a good way to put it. Because for someone who hasn't been taking vitamins their whole life, they might age worse than somebody who took care of their body and supported their body with the right vitamins. They would look younger than the person who did not. Vitamin K could be categorized into short-term survival and those involved in long-term health. All these vitamins I have mentioned have been fat-soluble. You have to be careful on the amount you take because too much can negatively affect your body, like I mentioned before. Throughout the articles I read, I saw a lot of studies conducted on vitamins. And I have a visual here of 3 different multivitamins I printed out to show you the intake of certain vitamins. And you have to be careful to see how much is in each multivitamin you take and the serving size. Because, for example, this one is 1 tablet. Vitamin A is 78% already. Vitamin D is 125%. That's a lot of vitamin D to be taken. And vitamin K is 21%. So if you take this vitamin plus all the food you eat, you could be taking too much. Here's another one. Their serving size is 6 tablets. 6. The vitamin A is 250. The vitamin C is 2,500. And the vitamin D is 25%. And this is just another one. It's another example. Same concept, but gets the point across. I talked about some history behind vitamins and how vitamins are important and how your body can benefit from taking the right vitamins. Now, I'm not saying to go out and buy a bunch of vitamins and take them all just because, but go to the doctor and see if your body needs a little extra help in some of the categories. It's better to know now if there's a problem. Thank you.